And there we go, man. Sunday fucking afternoon. Age of Truth, baby, man. Introduce yourselves. Tell us what's going on today, man.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you having us, first of all. Really appreciate the invite and get to talk to you and all that. I'm Mike D, the guitar player of the Age of Truth. This is my boy Billy from Philly, bass player, co-founder. We're both co-founders of the band, and we're happy to be here with you, man. Really, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for asking, TJ. Very cool. Glad to be on the Boneyard. See what's
I came across your music not long ago, man, and started checking out some of your live stuff you guys got on YouTube and shit. I was like, oh yeah. So I reached out. You guys bonded instantly. I'm surprised. Fuck, kudos to you for staying in touch with people and stuff, right? It's hard to do sometimes, right?
We wouldn't be here without the people, man. Nope. So it's all about making sure everybody can get us, making sure everybody can reach out. Although I have been completely off last month, so shit is hiding. But most of the time, we want to be responsive to the people that support us and make it possible.
No, right? So I right before the show, so I've got to say it's fresh in my brain. Carolina, you guys did a live video of it. I've seen it on YouTube, man. There, your energy on stage looks amazing, man. Like it looks like you guys bring it when you do come to the stage, eh? So,
that used to be our closer. That song, that was always like it's very doomy. It's just good.
That's our first touch, I think, on doom.
Right? We have a lot of doom elements, but it's a very doomy tune for like what we do. And
off that first album we put out, Threshold, that's one of our favorites.
Dude, such a funny story about that song too. Somebody told me that they didn't like our band because in that song a woman is murdered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nobody really got murdered. It's a it's a song. What are you talking about, crazy person?
Remove the literal sense, It's use your imagination.
Documentary, right?
Yeah, documentary. Exactly. We're fucking spilling the beans
we're always bringing you the latest news here live into the air, man.
Actually, we should.
The murderers.
That's a great video premise for that song.
We should probably stop talking about that because it's going to get us. Yeah, we've already said too much.
We've said way too much.
Yeah. So you guys got some. You just did a new album there last year.
Yep.
I know during the pandemic and shit. Are you guys gonna ride that this year for the live shows, or do you have some new stuff you're also working on now, or
both? Yeah. We definitely are playing a lot of, we're playing what the people want, man. So
yeah,
I mean, there'll be nights where we like, what do you guys want to hear, and we'll just play them. But yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of Resolute. We are working on some new stuff. We have a couple cool projects in the work. At the moment, we're going in the studio in 21 days.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we're gonna do. We're doing a few new songs. We're doing a few cover tunes, and it's for a couple different projects.
Right.
So I have to be vague.
Yeah, very vague. We could tell you we'd have to kill you, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I'll send you my address, and as long as you sign my guitar when you're here, that'll be good.
I may be dead, but at least my guitar.
Right.
Yes.
Nah, so that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff on the horizon for us, for sure. And like we're always trying to write. We're always trying to write all the time. You got to keep pushing in the writing department, and a lot of cool stuff on the horizon for us, for sure.
And that's what's nice. It always does just come. I mean, we send song ideas through the band thread all the time. Everybody's always, has ideas or whatever. I mean, Kev will send, lyrics that don't have a song yet, and you're like, somebody could go to jail for this. And then Mike D and I'll send, riffs back and forth and just hammer them out.
Right.
And it's funny, like they come once, like you get it the first time, and It's all about the reaction you get from it.
Yeah.
It's in the band thread. And if nobody says shit about it, nobody ever sends the same riff again. But when there's like, yo, that's badass, well, then you get like, you'll hear another version of it, a little bit more developed and things like that. And then when we get together, we hammer them out. It's fun. It's rock and roll, brother.
Yeah, so it seems like you guys all collaborate. It's a whole band effort when it comes to the music that you guys do for the stage. Eh?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Absolutely.
It's got to be, like you got
whatever idea, Billy will come up with a riff. I'll come up with an idea. He'll send it to me, and then I'll finish that sentence, and vice versa. He finishes my sentences, and then we kind of bring it to the band. And
Scotty's great at Scotty, the drummer's great at arranging and putting all the pieces together, and I mean, it really is. It's like his badass talent is. I love this, and I love that, and I love how you guys are playing it. But why not do two of those and then put that one, later on in the set? And it's just nice how it works.
He's skilled in the composition of songs for sure. It's a nice it's a privilege, honestly, to have that kind of a mindset in the band as well. We all have our input, but he's special in as far as conducting or just. The fucking word is what's the
structuring the song as a whole,
arrangement, the structure,
exactly. And the outside put like, oh, I didn't really think of that, and then he brings these ideas. It's like, man, that's really a fucking cool idea,
And Kevy puts his lunatic ravings on top of it, and
riffs that we think are a verse. He's like, no, that's a chorus,
and it
changes your mindset on it, and it helps. It just helps the process.
It works. It's cool. We have a nice. We really do. Like those are our best times as a band when we're creating. Besides being on stage,
that's the best.
That's it, But when we're in the room and we're building a song together and we're making something, because they're all so different. Like some will go. It's a song in 3 minutes, and you're like, how did this happen? Like it sounds so good, and it's all done.
It's like Comeback of God, for instance. That song came together so quickly for us.
And then other ones, it's
one I played today too. Seen the the album up, and then it was just playing all the songs on the album or whatever. That was the one song that came up for me here. That was fucking a good song, man. That one, I looked right away, like, what's the name of this one? I don't know names of songs. I can just tell you what band plays them, but some songs stick out, and I gotta know the name of that song.
Right?
Yeah, it took us 4 minutes to write.
Yeah,
it just came. It was cool. Yeah. And then other ones you hound on them and beat them for months. It's and what what's real neat about it is
how do we make this work? Like, shit, how are we gonna make this work? It takes a little bit more time sometimes, but
the reactions can be the exact same, like that. I mean, that's the coolest part. Like you can drill and hammer and beat on a song until it's a song, and you're like, I got this. And then you have that thing that just comes together like that. And there's somebody somewhere who loves them both equally and has no ideas about, what it took to get there.
Right.
It's cool.
The process.
Yeah. And it's cool how that works.
Well, even the song that takes 5 minutes to write still takes, if it's not quick, 2-3 weeks to produce and stuff. And then now you got songs. Okay, it took you 3 months to write this song, right? Shit, now you got like 6 months to produce it because it's just the way it works in that sense, eh? Like
that always takes a long time, and nothing took longer than Resolute with the Rona happening.
Sure.
I mean that in the middle,
pandemic, everything. Yeah, it took a long time.
Or you guys are independent. You guys do all this yourselves as well, right?
Yeah. Spending our own money, no record label.
This guy right here, fucking runs the whole show. Like, this is the best businessman I know in my life. I mean, if you don't have a guy like this in your band, you're going to have a very difficult time navigating the waters and getting the shows that are going to get you recognized. And the music comes, but the passion that Billy shows for this band and the work that he puts in.
That's cool, man.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. There's a lot of bands out there that they don't have that person in the band to really drive and make shit happen.
Yeah.
You know, Billy does that for this band, and it helps tremendously. You have no idea.
I reach out to all the, in hindsight, like the local bands of each local scene, you know, like you guys are out of Philadelphia,
Right.
but you're part of that local scene, right? You're not touring Europe and shit just yet, but soon.
Not yet. Not yet.
You know, when you come to Canada, let us know. I've got people in Montreal, plus here in Ontario. We can set you up with a few stages and shit as well, right? Like being independent and stuff, it gives you one spot to reach out to when you're on tour. Like, hey, we want to set up a tour. We want to do Montreal. We want to do Ontario, right?
And we definitely appreciate it.
And we will take you up. We will take you up on that.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Love to play for our neighbors in the north, man. I know, I know you guys would dig it, and
oh yeah,
I'd wear a Flyers jersey and piss everyone off in every town.
Yeah. There's quite a few bands that fit your style too, especially Montreal's exploding with, like, I don't know if it's just because I've indulged into it and ran down the rabbit hole, but their metal scene and punk scene is fucking huge, man. It's unreal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was, like Montreal's always been cool. Vancouver's always been cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, man, I saw Clutch in Vancouver.
Fuck, they're fantastic.
I mean, that was, there's always good rock and roll. We all share the same shit, even though we have passports.
I've noticed that for traveling to go to concerts, because I'll go anywhere in the U.S., Canada. I just recently went to South Africa for a show.
Badass.
And the music, no matter where you go, you look around and it's all the same. No matter where you're from, no matter who you are, you're there for the music, right?
You are, and
everyone's a fucking dirtball, just like you are.
I'm telling you. Like
awesome.
Every festival we've played since the duration of this band, the festivals, the shows that we played, we don't run into any assholes, man. We really don't. And if you do, they get weeded out quickly.
Yeah. They like
everyone's there for the music. Everyone's respectful. Everyone's cool. Everyone's there to help each other, from the bands to the people that put on the shows, the people that organize the shows, down to the people selling merch for your band. I mean, it's amazing. It's a collective. It's a collaborative.
We're part of a scene, and the scene is amazing.
It's awesome.
It really is. It's amazing, and
it wasn't like that back in the day.
Yeah, and it's nice to be adopted by this scene, even though we don't know if we're a stoner rock band or a doom band, or really. We don't really care about any of that. We just play like what we have, what comes.
What you have, right?
And, to be in this scene and, to get the love and to see how it operates and to see how everybody really does pull for each other.
They do.
Everybody really is like, like you may have like a little bit. I mean, I got to be honest. I may have like a little pang that I'm like, oh, they're going to Europe.
Right?
Look at that fucking tour they're on. Like I may have a little bit of that, but in all honesty, after that moment of that, I'm just like, that's fucking great. And I hope they have the best time, and I hope and I hope it's successful and everybody comes home with money in their pocket, that kind of deal. And
they come home
safely too. It's just like it's so fucked up in this world right now. It's like
you don't want to get robbed for your shit.
Fuck the world. Love rock and roll.
That's why we're on the front lines.
Yeah. But what are some of the local bands that we should also be listening to coming out of your area? Who are some of the guys you like to play with on stage and shit?
So there's a ton, and we got a real good Philly scene. We got, we have friends, we have tight people that that are in other bands. The Stone Eye is a great younger dudes, different style, amazing musicians. Love those dudes. The Stone Eye is great, and they're really, really good friends. But there is, the list. You got Heavy Temple, which crushes.
Yeah.
They're doing it. They're definitely more like a traditional kind of doomy band.
Yeah, and they've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah,
and,
they crush.
Respect to them.
Ruby the Hatchet's one of my favorite bands in the world, and they're part of this scene, and they're making shit happen. I mean, they're a great show everywhere. If you get a chance to catch Ruby the Hatchet live, absolutely 100% go to that show. King Snake's Boys of Ours. There's a bunch of newer stuff coming. Some newer bands. I'm really particular to our friend George's band, and these guys they're called Ritual Earth, and these guys are doing cool shit, like it really is. It's cool rock and roll. You see it live and it sounds great. I mean, they really bring it, on the stage. But I think those guys are pushing really hard and making something cool happen. There's a ton. Man.
There's a ton. Straight. We can go on. I mean, honestly, we're gonna miss a lot. Strange Highways.
There's a ton of bands, man.
Bands
that are
High Reaper.
High Reaper's another band that's they're pretty much local area. They're real good.
Mike Cummings.
Bourgeois. If you seriously. If
formerly
if Bourgeois is coming to your town, it used to be Backwoods Payback.
Backwoods Payback.
If Bourgeois is coming to your town, go to the show. Go to the show. And you'll be like, you don't need to listen to the music. You don't need to do but you go to the show and you're like, that was great.
And honestly, like the tri-state area, period.
Yeah, it's cool.
We got like Clam Fight, Jersey
Clam
Boys,
Fight.
Right?
Yeah, those
I mean,
there's awesome.
There's so many bands in the tri-state area.
I won't forget. Like, how do you forget Clam Fight?
You put me on the spot, so somebody's gonna be mad.
Oh no, of course.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Somebody's gonna be mad.
Like now that we're busting open again in the music scene, it's almost like it's been rewritten. It's no longer studios and radio stations that have control over our music now. Like you guys, we're probably 70% untitled bands that are on the show. We've had teamed up with RFL Records just recently for Monday Night Metal.
Wow.
Those are really our only bands that are titled. The rest of them are all like yourself, pushing it, making it happen, and it's from the community within the bands that's pushing it out and rewriting the rules of how you're going to do it, right?
Well, it's not getting listened to on the radio anymore.
No,
like the radio is
anymore for music.
the radio is. I mean, a lot of it's not great.
We've been lucky,
and the underground scene is real cool, and there's a lot of shit going on. And really, what it comes down to is the people that are doing it are passionate as hell. I mean, I must have 10 shows that I listen to because I don't never put the radio on. I mean, if I'm in the car, I'll have the radio on.
Right.
Yeah.
But
work will throw it on in the background, but you're not listening to it, right? It's just
Mike D does too. Ask him how much he loves Def Leppard. Mike D is the biggest fan.
I'm just telling you. I'm not even going to.
He fucking hates Def Leppard so much.
I'm not even going to give them the fucking satisfaction. All right.
Funny. It's so funny. On the radio still to this day.
One band.
I think he gets so mad. Like I'll get daytime texts from him being like, "Fucking Def Leppard again."
Some shit as a band, like
who cares?
Whatever.
Who cares? Everybody's heard that fucking story. But for real though, like I get like 10 Mixclouds, different shows that are on that are loaded up to Mixcloud, and I'm listening to them, and they're all over the planet. Right. I'm not listening. I mean, when I'm listening to rock and roll in Philly, I'm listening to WMMR, and they were, they've been good to us. But the rest of the world, man, I mean, it's just our scene is cool. The underground scene is making shit happen.
It's the fucking best.
Everybody's passionate about it. Everybody's pulling for everybody.
It's as real as it gets.
It is real.
It's because I'll tell you right now, the main thing with the whole underground scene is unless you're bands like Corrosion of Conformity, like
still underground.
There's not
big, still underground.
But there's not a ton of money involved in this whole journey.
True.
Okay. There's perks along the way. Don't get me wrong. And if you're driven by that almighty dollar and you're in this scene, you're going to be very disappointed. Okay. Yeah. So the long and short of it is this scene's going to weed out the fucking people that really want to be playing music on stage. For what it's worth, the experiences, the people that you meet is way more important than that fucking stack of cash in your hand. All right. Honestly,
and all that loot does.
And if that ever comes along with it, awesome. And for any other band out there, if that happens to you, that's fucking awesome, and more power to you, and we're happy for you. But
don't sell out your principles.
Yeah, like if you're not,
and don't give up your creative control.
You'll find out real quick if you like playing music or not.
Well, I find you signed this big contract for say, oh, you got to give us 3 albums in 5 years. What if you don't want to write?
You got to give us 3 albums, and they got to sound
3 albums that are good, and
they got to sound like this.
And the pressure,
no. Yeah, that would be no. It is nice being independent. We're on our own schedule. We do our own thing, and really, I'm serious, TJ. The best part about it is we got fans that support it and make it happen.
Yeah,
they make it happen.
We do not exist.
Yeah, no.
And that goes for any fucking band. I don't care how big of a band you are.
Right.
You don't have the following, you're fucked.
I don't know on this show, dude.
Sorry.
You're just playing for fucking
all right. I just heard TJ. All right, we're good.
Right there, baby.
Oh shit.
My bad.
Yeah. So what you guys got some shows coming up that you're allowed to talk about? Where you're playing and shit?
Heating up. We got a couple. We're doing an anniversary show at the Depot in Baltimore, which is a real cool club. We played it years ago, had a blast. That's May 7th. We're playing Philly. We're playing the Kyber Pass Pub in Philadelphia. And this is like our first Philly show in a long time. Like Philly locked down and got real weird. And we were just out, like we didn't want to do it. We were playing other places. We got some festivals on the line. Maryland Doom Fest in June. If you've never been to the Maryland Doom Fest,
lots of great things about it, man.
It is. Seriously, I just have to tell you, you'll never find a better place to spend 4 days. And I mean, it's so wild, but you could go to that for 4 days by yourself.
Yeah.
Have the absolute best time.
And be welcomed in by everybody there.
Yep. It's a special place.
Hey, where you come here with us and hang out tomorrow. This is where we're going.
So like we're not even we're not touring into it or out of it or anything. Like we go and we'll be there for the whole thing, just hang because that's what kind of party that is. It really is. It's a very cool thing.
It is. Honestly, Billy, not to cut you. I believe you can do spending time at festivals like that instead of touring in and out of them.
Yeah, but that's not a business model for people.
It's not. But
we just got families and we can't really road hard for weeks at a time unless it's pre-planned and stuff like that.
But it's very beneficial, is what I'm saying.
It is. It's nice hanging out. Get to see good rock and roll, man,
and just
get to see good rock and roll. Get to hang with great people.
Yeah. No, as much as you still love going to see live music, so why would you watch all the other bands?
Absolutely,
yeah. Like we're fans of these bands too. Like we want to see them play. So
no doubt,
it makes sense that hey, let's stick around for a few days instead of making that our one stop. Then we're out the next day. It's nice to kind of like mingle with the people and the bands that you rub shoulders with, and pay respect too, and be there and watch them. And not just, respond on social media all the time. Cool. Yeah. No, actually be there and be a part of the scene. That comes along with pride too. And it can only help your band in the long run.
So that's Maryland Doom. Maryland Doom Fest is phenomenal.
I'll be traveling a lot to go see shows and shit this year, right? So, and we're actually sponsoring the show. We just confirmed this morning with my boys down in Maine. They're Thy Enemy and the Kingdom of Nightmares. I'll be bringing Dead Man's Prophecy and Last Dance Amongst Wolves. We're doing a big Halloween festival down there.
They got a nice scene in Maine?
Yeah, apparently it's pretty fucking hopping, man. I've had these guys on the show 3 or 4 times, and they're hyped every time, man. They're always doing shit. Right? So
that's awesome.
They do 4 or 5 big shows at their place every year, so I'm putting together the one in October for us, right?
That's great. We got one other fest, July 21st to 24th. We're playing Ripple Fest, Texas, which is, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen those flyers. I'm sure you've seen the band.
I'm still pinching myself.
Yeah,
that we're even
that
on
one.
That fucking bill.
That one's it's stacked, and our our name's real small. On the,
We're
on the poster, bro.
We're in the house.
We're in the house. Yeah. It's coming inside the house. But yeah, that'll be real cool. We went to that. Me and Mike D went to that last year, dude.
A lot of fun.
Texas gets down. Texas gets down.
A lot of great bands out of Texas too. Holy
seriously,
shit.
Texas gets down. That was fun as shit.
My buddies down there, Cauterize, my buddy Alex and them, they're fucking fantastic, man. Had them on the show quite a few times. We're trying to arrange that I get to come down and see them for like a tour covered for the weekend and stuff. Right. Barbecue, go live.
And what was cool is like Texas always had all the clubs open. Everybody was playing rock and roll the whole time.
Yeah.
So all the Texas bands have a leg up on
everyone.
You know, like they've been putting in
motherships. Like, yeah, we got this.
Yeah, they've been all of them. Like they've been putting in work for the last 2 years, where everybody else is like, you know, pandemic fat and shit.
Yeah. Oh, slow.
They're fucking getting after it.
Right.
But it's cool. It'll be
like that too.
It'll be a good fest. I'm definitely real excited about that one. It'll be good to spend a weekend. We're doing the same thing.
Billy and I will be there for the whole fucking weekend.
We're going. We're hanging out.
I don't want to miss any of those bands.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Yeah.
Every band that they've announced, they've been doing like a lead up to the show, and so this band's gonna. And it's like every band is like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Cool,
like, you're on the bill with this fucking band?
Yeah,
really?
It's cool. So we'll go down there and we rented a house and shit. We're gonna get loose.
It's gonna be fun, man.
We're gonna get loose. So
the land
I'll probably be I might be able to fly to Texas for that one. We'll see.
If you want to fly, man, that's the one to go to right now. You know, like,
hey man, we got an 8-person Airbnb, brother.
Yeah.
Come stay with us.
We got room. We got a big ass house, and it's walking distance.
I'll talk to my boss tomorrow. Hey man, I do
make it happen. I'm serious, DJ. I'm serious, brother. Come down. We'll party. All I'm saying is, we're going to the barbecue joint. We got to go to Franklin Barbecue.
Yeah.
The word on the street is that's the best brisket.
Yeah.
See, I cook, man. I smoke, and you know, like I like.
Hey. I got a cooking show on
here. Man, I got to see the Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff.
I gotta taste this brisket. All right, I gotta taste this brisket.
So if you cook, man, you should film it. Send it to me. I do a cooking thing in the Boneyard. I just did my first one with me making pulled pork and homemade bread.
Oh yeah.
Send it in. I'll edit it up. We'll cooking with rock stars. We'll call it.
Best fucking ribs. Best fucking ribs I have ever eaten in my life. I'm not kidding, man.
They're good. They're good. They're not the best.
Billy's got the method, man. And
they're good. They're not the best. They're good.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. They're fucking the best ribs I've ever had.
You know what video I want to make for you, TJ? I want to teach people the absolute best way to make a steak. All right?
That'd be cool, man. There's so many people say they can do
videos out there.
Dude, people don't know shit about making a steak, man. Everybody ruins steak.
So many different methods.
Oh, just throw it on the grill, blah blah blah. Put a bunch of marks on it. Nah, man, that's clown world bullshit. You got to have a fucking
10 and 2, man.
You got to do it right, dude. You got to do it right,
bro.
You got to push that. You know, like you're like, oh, that's the right one. That's right. That's how you make it. So. Yeah. All right, I'll do that.
Set it up for you, man. Send it over. I'll edit it. Send it back to you. Make sure you're cool with it. We'll slap it up.
I'll give you my personal steak method that will.
And
everybody who's here watching this show, I'm telling you, your steak just got better.
That's good.
All right.
Oh,
it got better.
He knows what he's doing on the grill. The grill, the smoker, whatever you want.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. So, like, growing up and shit, who were like some of the big influences that you guys like strove through, little kids? You know, when you first picked up your instruments, you know, you're like, I'm gonna be Kerry King, you know.
So,
getting a beer.
For me, Billy's got to go get a beer. So
that's cool, man. That's all good.
I mean, for me as a guitar, I mean, it begins and ends with Jimi Hendrix. So,
yeah,
and the list is long for me as far as influences. But you know, James Marshall is the be all and end all for me, and you know, among other, you know, like Jimmy Page, Jerry Garcia. I could go on.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, I mentioned earlier. Like they're just they're my, you know, they're my mentors growing up, sitting in my bedroom, and you know, trying to keep up and learn something.
Burning out tapes, doing it.
Yeah, and all that, and just try to, hey man, how can I, you know, just build on my own style from listening to these geniuses. Okay, and you know, it's just.
Yeah, but who are the bands, man? Who are the bands that tickled you? You know, not the musicians, like the whole band.
Bands.
What record were you like? I gotta have this shit in my collection. See, I was a punk rocker, man. So I started out. I was definitely like a punk rocker and hardcore, and was going to shows as like a little ass kid, and I've always been around rock and roll. My family, no one was a musician at all, but we would get in the car and the whole family would be singing Crosby, Stills, and Nash. You know, like, I mean, it was always like music was real big. I had older sisters that turned me on to, like, you know, I mean, they got me, you know, I'm listening to The Who, I'm listening to, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I love that Band Company album, you know, like they had me on all that stuff. You know, so they had me in a bunch of that, and of course, you know, it takes you down the road. I mean, obviously, like Zeppelin was huge, you know, in my house, and for me, loving rock and roll, that was a real big deal. But I've always had like a, you know, kind of a punk rock angle to it.
So I grew up in the hippie end of
yeah, he was more Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead, Steely Dan in my house growing up.
He was more peace and I was more aggro. Really. And it's still true, man. Like if you listen to our songs, you know, they'll be heavy, but he did all the pretty parts.
all the bluesy influences you hear. I mean, I'm a major blues is first and foremost for me. That's really where I started to develop a lot of my chops and stuff like that, just playing and listening to blues artists and stuff like that. Just that soulful bluesy style is what I love first and foremost. And then, you know, I love putting on fucking Sabbath.
Yeah. Oh yeah, old Sabbath.
And then you know, it's a no-brainer, like incorporating the heavy with the heavy blues, and just the pentatonic scale, and the
Sabbath
bluesy.
was big for all of us. That was a big deal. Fucking Motorhead, you know, like.
But the list goes on. There's so many.
Motorhead, where the punk rocks, metalheads, all
the metal, man.
You know, like
Motorhead, Ace of
Spades, like. Yeah,
I was heavy into. I still am. I'm heavy into jazz guitar players, bluegrass. I mean,
we all love Grant Green, and I don't know if you ever listened to Grant Green,
Montgomery,
but I love that crispness of Grant Green, man. Oh my god, the dude never missed a note in his entire career.
And
it's wild.
And the most important thing about him is the notes he didn't play, which is. He would respect the space in a song, and the notes that he played were so selective, and his vocabulary on the guitar were just fucking. It still influences me till today, and it's just cool. I try to, like, you know, certain. It's like it's not the notes that you play necessarily; it's the notes that you don't play.
Sometimes
the song, and you play
make all the difference.
You play for the song instead of.
You could rock the whole neck in a solo, hit every note if you really wanted to, right?
Yeah.
You could do
I don't know if anybody like it though.
You can hit every fucking note on the fret, like in that key of whatever you're jamming in, and fucking shred. But you know what? It's probably not that tasteful,
right?
No,
you know?
It doesn't have that passion in it. That, like you said,
it's all about feel, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like seriously, TJ, like
less is more for me. And
you hear it, you know, like you hear something. And it doesn't matter what style music is. It doesn't matter, you know, what it is. Hell, it could be a fucking you know, it could be a kid show or whatever,
Right.
and you just hear that passion in how they put it together, and that's what I always dig, man. That'll stick with me. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is. It doesn't matter what it is, but if you can feel that feel, you know it's good. You know, you don't need anybody to tell you it's good.
Granite Green.
No, you just know. No, you guys have merch then, eh?
We got some. We got some shirts. We got
merch. Yeah.
We just re-upped on Threshold CDs, which
nice.
which is our third pressing. So I'm real psyched about that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I can't believe everybody buys CDs, but I ain't gonna lie, I got them in my truck. So, you know, like I got them in my truck.
Yeah.
So we just did our third pressing for Threshold CDs. We have them in the shop. The new record, we still have CDs and we still have vinyl, some vinyl left.
I was gonna say vinyl is what I've been trying to collect lately. Like,
yeah, it's big for everybody.
You know,
I mean, what's crazy is
I buy vinyl and I don't even have a turntable right now.
I do.
No, I'm just waiting to buy a turntable still too, right?
I'm not worried about a turntable, man. I just want to support my people.
Exactly. It's like,
you know, like I just want to take care of my people. And that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
You would lay it out, you would look at it, you know, there's a lot more detail, there's a lot more information on it. Vinyl's very cool, and they're actually the total revenue out of vinyl is more than's coming out of streaming. So, you know, that's pretty amazing that in 2022 we have gone retro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Full circle.
It's awesome. And it is full circle. And the shit is cooler than just throwaway music.
I would rather spend money, and I don't even have, like I said, I have no record player. And it's like and the main reason I do it is to support the fucking bands that are, it's like,
I want to look.
Bandcamp Fridays are fucking so important, man. We just cannot express how important Bandcamp Fridays are.
If your people don't know about Bandcamp is
the only day
as an artist, there is no better platform than Bandcamp. All right. Yeah. So the first thing, if somebody I know and a band I love is putting out a new album, the first thing I do is go to Bandcamp. And there's a bunch of reasons. Number one, it's a kick-ass platform. You know, like you can download it in MP3, or if you want to get fancy, you can download it in, you know, much bigger files, more dense files. Bandcamp is the shit. It's built for rock and roll. It's awesome. And they do these things where, you know, during the pandemic to support artists, they take a little fee, man. You know, like if you sell your shit on Amazon, they take a big ass fee. And you sell your thing on Apple, they take a big fee. Bandcamp takes a little tiny piece, right? They're like, we built this infrastructure, we deserve to get paid. They take a little tiny piece and they pay you immediately. Yep. Everybody else, you're sitting waiting months, you know?
Yeah.
So
the Bandcamp Fridays, though.
Bandcamp Fridays cool. For the pandemic, they basically said you buy and we're not even taking a fee.
I got an email the other day about
everything goes to the band. So we just passed one. It's usually the first Friday of a month. I'm not sure if there's going to be any more, but it just shows you who these people are. Yeah. You know, like it shows you exactly who you're dealing with. This is a business that has to make money, and they're taking the first Friday of every, you know, maybe not every month anymore, whatever it is, but people get paid on Friday. People have money on Friday. Friday is a good day for Bandcamp.
Payday.
They're giving it up for the artist, and that's a massive, cool thing that
it is. You
don't see in corporate America a lot today. You know, like there's a lot of giant multinational corporations who, oh, you got a problem? Dial us up and fucking enjoy 7 hours on the phone tree. You're like, what the fuck? Representative. You know, fucking terrible.
Customer service.
But these dudes actually care and they actually make it out. And as a band, they pay right away. The pay is better. It's fantastic. And I got nothing but love for them. I mean, all our fans are on Bandcamp. I find new stuff on Bandcamp. I just bought a record on Bandcamp today. There's a band called Orangutan, and it's like a 1971 record. And it just came out on Bandcamp today.
Yeah.
So good.
Yo, this story's crazy.
Orangutan.
The dude who was recording it stole the record. He was recording this band called I think they were called Hunter. And they recorded a record, and the fucking guy stole the masters, went to the United States, hooked up with another like Bell Records or whatever, and stole this fucking record from this band, man. And it's now on Bandcamp, and it's called Orangutan. All right, and it is a 1971 classic.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I listened to that this morning before I came over to this dude's house, and it's
right on.
it's a great album. Would have been huge if the motherfucker didn't steal it, go to America, release it on Bell Records, and actually let people make their money. So it's an interesting. It's an interesting way to get here from Bandcamp, which does that. Like let people actually get what they create and get their money. To go to a band like Orangutan, and they're like, everybody in the band has been contacted. They're getting the residuals for it. So buy that record, Orangutan.
Yeah.
And the song is called Chocolate Piano. And Chocolate Piano might be one of my favorite songs I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm serious, man. It sounds crazy.
Awesome.
Chocolate Piano might be one of my favorite songs I've ever heard ever.
Wow.
So, thank you, Jeff, for turning me on.
Well, I usually ask which platform you guys prefer to be found on and stuff, what supports you the most, but obviously Bandcamp, 100% for you guys, eh?
No question about it. I mean, Spotify's cool, and it's nice getting followers there, and don't get me wrong, like, follow us on that. YouTube's fine, follow us on that. But in actuality, we sell our stuff through Bandcamp, like that's, if you want physical product, it all goes through Bandcamp, because Bandcamp kicks ass, and Bandcamp's for the artists. And as a listener, you wouldn't know that it's for the artist. You're just like, this is great for
you
me.
really wouldn't.
You're like, this is great for me. So they're doing a lot of development stuff, and actually Bandcamp just got bought by the gaming company that I think did that video game. What was that big ass video game with the dog? And it's like Fallout. I think the Epic Games. Epic Games, right?
That's a good call.
Thank you. See, the dog. All I had to say was the dog.
And I'm a gamer too. I
don't play the game. But Epic Games owns Fallout, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
So Epic Games bought Bandcamp. So I hope they don't fuck it up. All right, like really, I hope they don't fuck it up, because Bandcamp is badass. It really is.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad to hear Bandcamp will find it. Now, you guys have a link tree then?
We do have a link tree. Like if you look at us on Twitter, or if you go to our Facebook profile, you go to our Instagram, whatever, it's just our link tree, and it takes you to get tickets for the, for shows and, and merch and all that stuff. We have our own website. It's badass. Done by Jake Stansky, XOXO Pandora, phenomenal.
Yeah.
Dude saw us at a show. He's like, Jake's the man. All right, like this dude, like theageoftruth.net is a badass website. And he saw us at a show in California, and he's like, I fucking love you guys. He's like, you guys are amazing. You're an amazing band. He's like, I sell websites to all these big companies, and I want to do yours.
It's unreal, man.
He's like, I want to do yours for free. Because he's like, this is for me, like this makes, as opposed to chasing dollars and doing all that.
Yeah.
He's like, this cleans my soul, like makes me feel good about it. So he built a great website for us. He is good. Yeah. Theageoftruth.net is awesome. Just all of us. I mean, all that stuff. Believe it or not.
I'll pull the link and put it in the title for us after the show, so if people are watching or later tonight when they get home and shit, go watch the show. The link will be up in the title for you. Take you to all your stuff then, eh?
That's what's up, TJ. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Social media, in a lot of ways, is designed to divide us. But in a lot of ways, it can bring us together. It really, it can actually be a positive force and a good thing. I think what we've seen a lot over the last several years is just the negative from it. But The reality is, in this business, rock and roll,
There's
which
so much
is a
good that can
business,
come out of it, man.
it is good. We get to hook up with people, and those numbers matter, man. Like Facebook follows matter. Instagram followers, all that. When somebody's booking for a festival and they see numbers, that's what they want. So
exactly.
We appreciate it. We're not one of those people that are going to go and fucking buy that shit, because that's corny. Like
my goal with the show is to meet enough bands to put on these festivals and have my own festivals, and work around those bands. So we'll have a Philly night, down in New Mexico on the stage, and you bring all the local bands with you.
Oh,
and that's what it is for the weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'll tell you what,
you can do it.
You can do it because we had a night like that was very similar.
Maryland Doom Fest, 2019.
Maryland Doom, they're like a second family.
Pale Divine is the other Philly band that we didn't mention. Pale Divine's awesome. There are a ton. We had
I'm looking for the land this year. The end of this season, I'll roof all fucking year here, and then come December, I'm gone to warmer weather, looking for land to start building this festival that I'm dreaming of. What the Boneyard's gonna be, right?
I like it. Dude, I snowboarded. I snowboarded in New Mexico before.
So, yeah, they got the mountains where it snows a fair bit, I guess.
Do it in the winter. Absolutely, man. Do it in the winter, and we'll come down there and hang for the festival. And me and Mike D will rip it up for for a few days afterwards. Hell yeah!
Put a bunch of luxury sheds out. They get the ones with the front porches. Get a bunch of that. That's where you guys crash.
I'll just dive into a dumpster and build a fire and fucking live there the whole time.
Dude has lived in some terrible places. He really has.
I used to sleep on golf courses. At Billy's couch for fucking years
in multiple states.
Couch surfing. I call it a nomad life. That's what I live.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah. We'll have another show on that later. That'll be a whole different topic, right?
Mike D's residences. You spend 7 hours on that shit.
We can reminisce about finding pizza and stuff. Oh, fuck, I'm hungry, right?
Yo, seriously. You lived in Elkins, West Virginia for a while? It's the worst couch I ever saw in my whole life. I slept on it. Dirtiest couch I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Kubachek, if you're watching, that couch was terrible.
That couch saved my life.
Dude, that couch was dirty. Shit. I was like, I wanted to get a fucking tetanus shot after sleeping on that. Woo!
That couch made me who I am today.
It did. It fueled his rock.
If I could survive that fucking couch,
amen.
How fucking dirty it was, right? God, and I'm like, right? If I could survive that fucking thing,
yeah, life's pretty now, right? Bring it on too with you.
Yeah, his house. His couch now. It's fucking great.
I can't complain. Yeah, I'm actually like married now.
We're gonna go play guitar.
Yeah, a beautiful wife.
We're gonna go play music on his nice clean couch. Thank God.
Right on.
But seriously, man,
that's
very
awesome.
Cool.
I wouldn't change a thing, man.
No.
The journey is the journey, and that's what it is. And fucking accept
it. I think that's why I've traveled so much, man. Like once I got better and shit, I was like, I don't belong anywhere. I belong everywhere, and I just hit the road. Lived here, lived there, did had some rough times there, right?
Of course, we all do.
And when you belong is when you're at a fucking stoner doom festival. And you look around, and everybody there has been down the same fucking road, man. I mean, in some way or shape or form or whatever it is, but that's the one fucking scene. And I'm speaking from the heart right now. You can look around at yourself and everybody there, and just there's no threat to you. Everyone's there just to fucking hang out and chill and watch some cool music, have some beers, share some laughs, right?
Yeah.
That's what the fuck it's about, man. Fuck the money. If the money comes, that's a beautiful thing. But
yeah.
I'm gonna stand up.
Oh God.
No, no.
All right, so we're not getting into the preacher
really,
mode.
But really, you know,
It's cool. It's cool scene.
The scene,
Great rock and roll.
The scene speaks for itself, man. It carries itself as itself. There's no right or wrong. It's like, well, there's right and wrong, but if there's a fucking asshole being wrong, everyone's like, yeah, get that fucking guy out of here. Okay, it's just it's a people scene to be a part of. And I'm thankful to be a part of it. And I know Billy is too. And just the way they've accepted our band over the years in this scene is it's something that I'll never forget.
So what's your plan with the Boneyard?
Well, after once I can do live interviews again, because I haven't, with the traveling and shit, I usually like to come right to your house. We'd cook dinner, do the interview while we're cooking and having a few beers or barbecuing, right? But it's basically to build this festival. It's like to build this stage and then have every year you guys come and you jam it out, you know what I mean? And then do 2 or 3 big festivals a year, different styles of bands and shit, because I got some pretty heavy death metal bands that I fucking love and shit. They're willing to be part of it as well. So I'll have like a death fest. And then bands like yourself, that deep, dark, bluesy rock and roll feel, like Late Night Trouble is another good one like that. Shot Down Twice. FX May Vary, bands from up here, right?
Right.
Maybe a punk show, or maybe just a mixed one where one night's death metal, one night's all like you guys, and the next night's just a free for all, you know?
Sometimes the best bills
are the most eclectic ones,
yep,
right?
Have bands from every genre. Yeah. And you'd be amazed how much everybody gets together and digs it all. You know, it really is cool. Never been a huge death metal, guy, but I've been to shows. Where I'm like, this is fucking great.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have been here if it weren't for the band that played 2 bands ago. That's always cool shit.
Yeah, I don't know. So that's the dream, and then to get backstage for free, just because I know the bands and shit. I'll still come and pay for my ticket and shit, come in, but I'll be backstage, we'll do a little high five.
Backstage with us, it's not that exciting. It's like a bunch of fucking face slaps and squats and busting each other's balls.
That'll be awesome.
Chugging beers. Jackass.
Yeah.
Look, we're a very welcoming band. Like if you were out to see us play and you approach us, we're very fucking. I mean, we're like, oh, who the fuck's this guy? You know what I mean?
I mean, I say that about him, but not strangers.
No, it's we welcome everyone and everything and whatever. It doesn't matter. Like we're there.
The reality is, without the people, we can't do it. We're doing our thing and it's cool, but everything costs money.
100%.
Studio, it costs money. Everything costs money, and we are just thankful that people like it.
Yeah.
First off, people like it. Secondly, people buy it. I mean, that's wild. And they pay attention.
They show up.
And then the craziest part is when you see people telling other people about your band. Like that is one of those things that just hits on a level that, you're like, this person is advertising my band.
Yeah.
Like not getting any money, not getting anything for it.
Yeah.
Just I tickled their spots in such the right way that they want everybody else to hear it. And I was that dude, I turned a lot of people into a lot of music over the years, because number one,
he turned me on the green. Like when I wasn't out of the scene for a while, and he
funny. That's how our band came together.
He's like, "Yo, dude, you gotta listen to this band," and I'm like, "All right, dude." I'm like, "All right, man."
That's how our band came together. And I turned him onto a record.
He turned me on the Greenleaf Trails and Passes album.
Yep.
No way.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? With
that's
that album?
Him and I were in a band, a long time ago. And that band collapsed because everybody was crazy.
Yeah, we were all fucking whatever.
And
I know that,
we were kids, man, back then.
Yeah, we were kids. But so I saw him play a show on Friday night, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I just joined this band. It is what it is." we're playing this, day festival Saturday. So I went to his show. He came to my show the next day. I turned him on Greenleaf, and then by Wednesday we started the Age of Truth.
Boom.
Yeah, and the dudes came into my, we were sitting on the couch, and it's weird, man. As a musician, you play with other players, and it is not really something you could mathematically program. You can't. They couldn't fucking self-drive. They couldn't automate rock and roll, and you see like somebody who plays that way. And Mike D, I always, I played with him for a long time, and we immediately just fell right back into it. And it's just how he plays, where he's going to go, how he thinks about it, even though you don't know what's going to come. You kind of know instinctually because we played together for so long,
right?
And and that's why the band had to happen. So that's the Age of Truth. That's why we had to make it happen. And it's been 6 years, and it's been fun as hell.
No, that's awesome, man. You guys,
it's been a good time.
The videos I've seen and just listening to the album today, like I checked out your music when I first messaged you guys and shit. But I'm a big fan, man. I cannot wait to see you guys play live. Hopefully one day it's on my stage. Well,
hopefully we're in
and everything, right? Making the connection.
Put it this way, we've confirmed already. So when it is your stage, don't worry about a confirmation. We've confirmed already. We're in.
We're in.
Thank you, man. That means a lot. You guys even coming on the show, means a lot to me, man. I appreciate it.
It's awesome, brother. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
it's really. Good time. Much love to you. Much love to the BoneYarders. Seriously, you guys are keeping it alive, man. Making rock and roll happen.
We're trying, man. Love the team. Play it loud, play it proud, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. We love you guys. Thank you. Really appreciate the invite. It was a pleasure.
Oh, anytime. I'm just trying to get to the thing here. Here we go. I'll shut her down, baby.